out here, full card. Trying to find them now. Go ahead, you guys go.
Well, thank you. Okay. Well, hey, everybody. It's good when the guest tells you we are ready to go ahead and start rolling. But, Kev, it's important. It's important that you and I preview what this is about. What are we doing here today, Kevin?
It hasn't been made perfectly clear to me, but it's something about John Jones' ESPN future against Holly Holm. I might have.
What?
I don't think it's those two. No. I don't think they're fighting each other. In fact, I think they're in the same camp. Kev.
Oh, shit. Sorry, I misunderstood. John Jones versus Thiago Santos, but also fighting Holly Holm.
Still very not fighting Holly Holm. I don't think they would allow that.
But she is fighting, so.
She is fighting. She is on this card, which is UFC 239.
Doesn't make weight. Thiago Santos can't get on the plane. John and Holly are like, the show's got to go on, bitches. Let's do this.
That would be a good condition if the Nevada State Athletic Commission was like, John Jones, we can't give you a license to fight other men. However, we've got a real Mrs. Doubtfire situation we can pull off right now.
If you're willing to wear the upper bra material, you can fight Holly Holm.
So anyway, well, let me say this. Kev, we bring on so many different guests. It was time that we brought on a real jiu-jitsu competitor.
Gross.
And in fact, you like to fancy yourself, call me yourself, I'm not there yet, guest. We haven't introed you. You've laughed a lot, and people are starting to figure out who you are. And I'll tell the people who you are in just a second. Kev, you like to fancy yourself as somebody who thinks they have good hair. Our guest makes your hair look like garbage.
Ouch.
And here's why it's sad. The gentleman on this line has literally been in matches where his hair has not moved. We're talking full-on war matches. We're talking long brawls, and his hair is perfectly in place. I don't know why this man doesn't have 19 different shampoo or pomade kind of sponsorships, but lo and behold, here we are. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our guest, Michael Padilla. Mike, how are you doing, sir?
What's going on, guys?
Not much. We're very happy that you could join us on the show today. What is the secret behind your hair, sir?
I think it's just genes, man. It's just genes. Maybe some good product.
Okay, but how long do you spend on your hair? Because I suspect you downplay it.
Nah, it's very short. I got it down to a science. It's down to a science. It's a little finger combing, and I'm done.
That's
maybe
gross.
A little bit of the Blair. If I'm having a flat day, you got to get the hair dryer
out.
So
this guy's already my favorite.
Don't judge me.
And
don't judge me.
You can witness his gi or no gi hair that comes out that evening, Wednesday and Thursday nights, 7 p.m. It looks like here at PadillaBJJ.com.
That's right.
Coming to you live where you need that type of protection, Pennsylvania, where fucking you better know how to fight. They're just waiting for it.
It's different out here on the East Coast. You guys got it easy on the West Coast.
Damn right.
Well,
you got to deal with the winter here. We're tough. We're tough out here, So you got to have good hair too.
Yeah, no, I don't know that we're. I don't know that we're that weak that we could be broken by a gust of wind. I think we've lived in areas where it snows. Kevin actually lives in Colorado, so he gets plenty of snow.
Oh, so he's got to deal. Yeah, he's got to deal with that.
And
My
Kevin
lives there, actually.
Kevin did live on the East Coast for a number of years, which, to my chagrin, was a real bitch to this podcast when it comes to scheduling. But we're done with
that.
Was
Florida?
Fun.
Where was it? Florida? It was probably Florida.
DC. Ouch. That hurt. You know what? I liked you till this moment, but I don't know if you know I have a thing with Florida, and I don't like the accusation. Pennsylvania.
I struck a nerve. Huh?
Already. Here we go. All right. Black belt under Henzo. Whatever. No one cares during the sparring competition on Verbal Tap.
So, Mike, do us a solid. I know that we've discussed our backgrounds. You know, I've met you, I've seen you numbers of times. We've done different interviews on verbal tap sort of things where there's live videos, but this is the first time you've been on the actual podcast itself. So for people who don't know anything about you, tell us a little bit about yourself, but interesting. So don't be bad, just like make it good. And like I will time you because you will see that time is of the essence on this show. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes to just say what you want about yourself.
Oh man, I don't like talking about myself. I don't know. My name is Mike Padilla. I'm from Pennsylvania. I'm a black belt under Rich Latta and Renzo Gracie. I've been a black belt for about 5 years now, and I don't know. I compete here and there. That's about it.
Compete here and there.
Jiu-jitsu? Hold on. How long you been at this? Because sometimes we get lost in how cool it is. Like, damn, that's a lot of exciting to be a black belt. When did you start training jiu-jitsu and why?
I started training jiu-jitsu in 2008. My buddy got me in there, and I went to an open mat. I was a decent wrestler in high school. If you guys know anything about Pennsylvania wrestling, you got to be okay. So I thought I was badass. I was 26 at the time, starting jiu-jitsu, and I literally got my.
Be okay. Because we can spruce that up a little bit, Pennsylvania.
You got to be all right.
You got to be
tough,
good. Man. Is not what I'm looking for.
Yeah, you got to be good.
All right.
You got to be awesome. But I was all right. I would say above average. But I got beat up by a 17-year-old kid the first open mat I went to. And from there, I was pretty hooked. I was ready to go. Trained every day then.
And you were like, I'm
got my black belt probably in 6 years.
Did you think that?
Yeah, like, no, I was still like immature yet, so I didn't really take it serious, but I trained a lot. And then I think something happened where I couldn't pay for my membership, and I said, I'm going to quit. And I was like blue belt, purple belt era, and my coach was like, nah, dude, you're going to probably coach some wrestling or something, and then probably start teaching some jiu-jitsu for free. And I'm like, all right, deal. I get to train for free. At that time, I was trying to fight some MMA, but I wasn't very dedicated to that. Jiu-jitsu was a lot easier.
All right. I feel like we finally know him now, Raph. And why you choose to fight other human beings seems like a little mystery deep inside the Mike Padilla heart.
Oh, yeah.
And if I know anything about his Pennsylvania roots, it's hidden just beneath chipped beef and a lot of cheese. So that's good.
Yes, sir.
Now, Mike, you've also been on EBI. I mean, when you say that you compete here and there, I like that you just kind of modestly put that out there, but you compete quite a bit, and you have some notable wins over a number of people, one of which is near and dear to our heart was, Kev, you may remember when Keith went on a large streak of winning. One of the last people to beat him was Mike Padilla. And so
all right.
When Keith was keeping score of how many... we're not talking about that because he'll bring it up.
Calm down.
Keith does this thing where, like, when I do want to piss him off... because, okay, I'll tell you this. This is a real true thing. And I didn't want to give away this move because I've yet to hit it on Kevin because we haven't had the chance to roll yet. But there is a move from Mike Padilla that I hit constantly. And everybody hates it. Like... hates it because it is a move that they don't want to tap to. It's one that just kind of looks like kind of a head and arm triangle choke, and yet it's like a slant version of it from side control. And without fail, everybody that I've hit it on has been like, it was more of a crank than I was like, no, it's not. It's a joke. And they all hate it. And I was doing it. And I was actually, Keith was teaching a class. He saw me doing it to one of his minions that he threw at me before I would roll with him, the evil last boss in a video game. And he comes over and he's like, he just goes, no, well, what a stupid idea, Rav. You're trying to hit that on somebody from side control. You're transitioning out of half guard. And I was like, yo, dog, the person who taught it to me was Mike Padilla, a person I think you're familiar with. And he's like, well, I eventually beat him. And I was like, yeah, well, not the time when it mattered. So anyway, kid. But Keith is so quick to remember and point that out. But yes, Kev, when Padilla showed me this move, I was just like, that's a fucking game changer. And I've still yet to master how to do it very well in the gi. But here's the good news. If you guys go to his Instagram, Padilla BJJ, you will see him do a number of free techniques that he always waves at the camera really awkwardly. And we haven't really discussed why you're so friendly and wave at the camera like that.
I don't know, man. I think I just kind of did it one day and it kind of stuck. I don't know. So I mean, keep doing it now.
It's kind of like a thing where you look at and you just go like,
mime.
You just look at it, you're like, nah, he's adorable. Look at him. He's waving at everybody. So there is that. Kev, this is the important part where we get, you get to know a little bit more about Mike. I know him very well. You don't know him as well. Do you have anything that you would like to ask him for fuel for the game we're about to play?
Yeah, top 5 losses. Who really grinds the gears? Who do you have on your, I wish I could have won that match, but they beat my ass like a school child.
Oh, man.
List.
Oh, man. Let's see. Is that is that a real question?
That's the first. You're one of the very first people that's like, I don't have to
you really want to answer?
Objection?
Top 5 losses? Huh. Okay. I don't know. There's
okay.
A bunch of them.
So maybe I should tell you.
So probably Nate Orchard's up there, probably, definitely.
They had a really good,
both Hayden brothers got me. I'd like to get one of them back. But I like those guys. I don't know, man. There's a bunch of them. Matt Arroyo got me first round ACC trials, beat me by 2 points, and then ends up winning. Submits everybody else. I don't know. That's probably it, though. I don't really dwell on that kind of stuff, to be honest with you.
Well, here's the thing,
awesome
and here's
everybody else. Listen, and little Keith Krikorian too. That little bastard. He took home $2,500 on me. He took my money home.
I'll tell you this much: Keith also listens very intently to this podcast, so he'll very much appreciate that.
Whatever. That's about it. But listen, these guys literally train all day, every day. I just do this for fun. I work every day. I'm a construction worker. These guys are actual grapplers.
But Mike, here's what's important. This is the reason why. Is because, as you know, when we go to transitioning for the UFC pay-per-view picks, there is a trash talking element. So Kevin is trying to get that fuel to get inside of your head. And I think it's important that we allow for cross-examination.
I got
so
that
do
already.
you have...
That's why I was asking for names and shit.
Yeah, of course. But here's the thing. You get the opportunity to ask Kevin some questions now that will allow you to get into his head psychologically. So do you have any questions cross-examining for Kevin?
What's your deal with Florida?
Oh, my God. Outside of it's where the zombie apocalypse started 7 years ago, thanks to meth, way too much access to coastal waters, and parole violations. I mean, the place has...
So you're not from Florida?
No. The place is
what
really...
What part of the East Coast are you from?
D.C. is where I spent 8 years. I'm from Kansas. I was born in California.
Kansas?
But I was raised in Kansas, and then I went to D.C. because if you ever spend time in Kansas, you could be like, I got to get to one of the fucking coasts ASAP. So I chose East Coast and went D.C.
How'd you meet Ruff again? School?
Yeah. School, I guess, is, okay. I mean, we did competitive speech. We did competitive forensics.
Yeah, it's what you guys do.
So imagine, it's what we do.
Let's just get it.
Here's the thing that you should understand. Imagine you are.
He's like, what?
Imagine how.
I know Raph is really gifted at talking, so I can imagine you're gifted at talking as well. I've listened to the show.
Oh,
Bruno.
Wow.
But he's still only 50% sure. Well, I'm positive I won't be able to submit you in a grappling match anytime soon.
Yeah.
If that also
helps.
helps.
That black belt with the tongue.
So I do have to like dart around certain things because I do have to be very careful in case I was like, I'm gonna go train at Mike Padilla's. So that's always in the back of my mind while I'm jabbing.
I'm a nice training partner. Don't worry about
Obviously, that's what everyone says right before their fist is like jammed inside your jugular for a few minutes.
Well, Kev, I think we are at a good accord. I think it's time that we transition to the game of over under Kevin.
Oh, you said it so fast. So it wasn't even...
You weren't ready yet? The whole point is to have it ready.
And now it's time for the thrilling installment of Over Kevin.
Yeah, living that little town center, though.
I was really excited for that. I thought we were gonna have that all set to go.
I guess for your birthday, you thought you'd speed it up. Is that, is that the gift to you?
No, I just, you know what it was?
That's the fastest you've said it in 75 episodes.
I just want to point out that I've literally said, okay, Kev, here's a way that we can do it. Let me stall for you to go ahead and get it ready. Except you played the clip for me before we went with the guest.
I still had to open the apparatus with my face.
With your face. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're now to the game that we like to call Over Under Kevin. My guest today is none other than Michael Padilla, an active competitor and also a savage competitor. Games for so much, but also
been watching some clips while we've been at this, and it's not going my way so far.
It's not going
for like losses. It hasn't been going well.
But here's what I can tell you guys. The way this game works is each participant is given 15 seconds to say who they think is going to win. And if I so deem it, I will give them 15 seconds for rebuttal time. Again, while the most correct picks will get you the win, it is truly the better trash talk that wins the hearts of Verbal Tap fans. Gentlemen, do you both understand the rules? Kevin, do you understand the rules?
Well, yeah, but I didn't get raised in a place where they educated you with like chicken and livestock. I mean, he's from Allentown. I don't know what they do there.
Okay, you should probably Wikipedia
I'm actually from New York. I'm actually from New York.
What?
Yeah.
Hold on.
I was born in New York, too.
Does he have a bio?
Yeah.
Which part of New York?
Harlem.
Oh, this is why he's good at talking shit then. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
That's like the one thing they do teach you.
Yeah. Now, Mike, do you understand the rules?
Yeah.
Okay,
Sure.
great. Very good. Kevin, do you have any nice last thing that you would like to say to Mike before we get into the element of trash talk?
Well, now I'm trying to recalibrate the Harlem thing.
Well,
Right? I
tried to
assume
tell
the
you-
only good goddamn reason he'd be in Allentown is that's where he was from. But
Mhm.
here we go, throwing curveballs already. Nope, Harlem
Yeah,
guy.
and I actually don't live in Allentown. My school is just in Allentown.
Oh. Harlem. God damn it. So you just bring people on that can beat me up now? Is that what happens when I gain momentum?
Yeah, it's really what I need to do to stop the momentum. However, I will say there was a great sellout moment by like Mike over on his side by being like, "Oh, Allentown, I don't live there. My students do. Burn, take that, students." All right.
I didn't mean that, guys.
Oh no, they're all gonna come after you, I'm sure, on this week. Gents, here's the thing. I'm very excited about this card. It is the premier card of the year, allegedly, because it's International Fight Week. So get excited for that. We are gonna go out of order on this card. Kevin, you're gonna start us off, and this is a pretty good card. But we're gonna have you start with the women's strawweight match between Claudia Gadelha and Randa Marcos. And go.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with who sounds more like a shark. And I got to go with Marcos on this one for obvious.
Yeah, I'll just go with whoever he doesn't go with.
Okay. That was faster than we've ever done that before. But I'm not against it.
I don't even know those people.
Okay. Mike is going for Claudia. Kev, do you feel this is a sound strategy to just take up the remaining of your 15 seconds?
I'll tell you, he's in my head. The way he just butted in and was like, Kevin's a fucking idiot. I'll take the next person. I didn't like that.
That's a good pick. And here's the thing, Mike. Do you feel that you will need 15 seconds to say our next pick? Tell me this now, because I'll just shorten your time if that's really what it's coming down to.
No, if I recognize the name, I'll probably have a little more input.
Okay, bad news on that front. You go next, but it's a welterweight bout between Ismail Nurdiyev and Chance Recounter. That's a fake name.
I like that name. I'm gonna go with him. That's just because I like that name.
With the Chance the Rapper?
Yeah.
Okay, I like Park Place better. But Kev, what do you got for us on this one?
All right, well, I'm going to go with Naradiv.
Okay.
Because he looks like he's from a more murderous country. And I'm going to go with the murderous country angle. Then the Recounter. And I find it fascinating. International Fight Week is right after International Pride Week, Raph. Slap it there, New York. That's where it is. Right there in Harlem.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Oh my
I mean,
God.
you're right. You got me there. I don't have anything for that.
Does not. He is flabbergasted by that
I don't
one.
judge, though. I don't judge, though.
You
I can't believe that
partake. We get it. You're
I can't
judging.
believe you
You're a
judge.
good judge while
I
you're
mean,
having
you
that much
just
fun.
shamed. You pretty much just shamed. I'm just saying.
Wow. Kev, did you shame an entire continent full of gays in New York right now?
I am staring at
I'm
Mike
pretty
Padilla's
freaking sure it
Instagram.
is.
He is running down in nothing but a Speedo that's very rainbow suggestive. He's got streamers, and he was like, "Here to party." Look,
And even
I'm
if I
not
was, that'd be my prerogative.
exactly. And
fair.
it's how we know. But
Hold on.
I'm applauding the UFC for this endeavor.
Important
I'm pro
note,
this.
Kev.
No, I
If
don't know
you
about
were-
that.
if you were to go out,
now
though-
he's changing his tone. Now
Kev-
he's changing his tone.
Kev, if you were able to go out running in any kind of like skimpy apparel,
Statement
though,
piece. Yeah.
is there any kind of particular apparel that you might want to run out in?
Abe Lincoln, just everywhere. Just like a Abe
Abe
Lincoln.
Lincoln.
Oh, sponsor.
Oh,
Just
damn
add.
it. We
haven't
do this
done it
every
yet.
time.
God damn it.
Head on over to northsouthjujitsu.com for the best what's under your gi in the game. They're what's keeping Rafael Lovato Jr. successful, dry,
That's all that
covered.
happened there.
When the whole world wants a piece, head on over to northsouthjujitsu.com. They will hook you up on orders inside the U.S. and Canada. northsouthjujitsu.com. That's a dynamite answer, Rap, other than, Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, no.
But-
Abraham Lincoln was definitely us playing charades and you
I'll
losing it
I'll
really badly.
talk to the people over at North South. We'll see what we can do about next President's Day.
Fair enough.
And where they're at.
The Abe Lincoln exclusive
all right.
line.
That'll
All right,
be
here we
helpful.
go. Back to the game. The
All
next
right.
bout is a
All
light
right.
heavyweight bout between Jan Blachowicz versus the Ken doll. Kevin, who do you have between Jan Blachowicz and Luke Rockhold? Go.
Whoever's not Luke Rockhold.
Okay.
I'm choosing the Blachowicz again for the same reason I cited earlier. A more violent country.
Oh my God. what was Luke Rockhold's last win?
Ooh. Well, that's
I think he
What
was
was
fighting
that?
a Backstreet Boy, wasn't he?
Let's
Was
find.
somebody-
Let's find out. I will Wikipedia this one for you.
I think he's due. I think he's due for a win.
You think
I think he's
Rockhold's
due
due
for a
for a win? Well, he definitely
Yeah.
didn't win his last bout, which was February 2018 against It's Me, Yoel Romero.
Oh, hold
who
on.
beat him
Uh,
with the
yeah.
KO punches.
You were on steroids, Yoel.
Yeah.
You put that microphone down.
Yeah.
Well, allegedly,
that
I
doesn't
won
count.
so much money for not being
No,
on steroids.
You don't get to
Wink.
come on. You are out of here, sir. You don't get-
So, do you just
Funny.
feel that he's due for a win, Mike, without no real
Yeah,
evidence,
he's
just
due
kind of
for a
like,
win.
why not? He was on
He got
the
beat up. He got beat up by a freaking roid guy. You know,
Alleg-
2018.
Well, let's
So
not
he's due
get
for a win.
ahead of ourselves with Blackowitz's urine sample, but we'll see
Yeah.
what happens.
All right.
But it's
Mike-
still not on Romero's urine sample.
Well, little is that they
That level's a little crazy.
they filed it and sent it to the Smithsonian. They were like, "You got to see this."
Next, we've got a bantamweight bout between Alejandro Perez and Yadong Song, which, by the way, that's not my fault. That's the name. Yadong sounds like a version of ya burnt, but just about your dick. So, what's
I
up?
was gonna say.
I'm not sure.
Definitely your dong.
That's definitely the real name. So we've got Alejandro Perez versus Yadong Song. Who do you have here, Mike?
I'll stick with Alejandro just because he's Spanish.
Okay, that
Gotta
seems
stick with my
racial.
Spanish people.
Okay,
Yeah.
Kevin,
I mean,
are you sticking to
racial,
racial?
it's just,
Well, I mean, you did say I'm sticking with essentially the brown one, so you know, it's just saying. I mean, your tan's good. I don't know if that's good, but Kev, what do you have for us on this one?
Well, I have no idea how you're pronouncing this name, but I'm going with Yadong. Yeah, you heard me. That's my man, Shayadong. Oh,
Kev, here's the thing.
sometimes
your
you
dong.
gotta.
Kev,
Show
When it-
your dong.
Kev, it comes to a certain thing where on picks you're either right or you dong. Okay.
Hey.
Boom. This is what a prize wit of many years of school will get you, kids.
Why were we? Yeah, there's every ounce that master's degree is worth it.
Kev, you are going to continue on the trajectory here. It's a women's bantamweight bout between Julia Avila and Panini Kazan.
Hold
What the
on.
hell? I don't know any of these people.
I have to go all the way down to the first fight on the card, and this always goes according to plan. But I'm going to go with Kian Zad because she's the only one pictured on the ESPN website, and I got to keep it specific with the girl's eyes.
All right. What do you got for this one? Do you have Julia or do you have Panny?
Just for the sake of moving on, I'll go with the same person.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, welcome to the team, Mike. It feels good.
That's such a weird name. I don't even know what to do with either of those names. Congratulations to both of them for just
Thank
making
you.
it on the bottom of the card. But I will tell you, that's still not even the weirdest pick that we'll be doing of the day.
You want
Kev,
to close out those prelims? I've got
Well-
one more. No, you're sorry. You go ahead.
oh, I just wanted to let you know we're at that point where it's now 30 seconds on the clock to say who you think is going to win because it's a women's bantamweight bout between Amanda Nunes and Holly Holm. Mike, you start us off on this one. Who do you think takes
Amanda
this one?
Nunes.
Okay.
Amanda Nunes.
Why do you think she takes it?
I mean,
It's not
Just 'cause
Jeopardy, Mike.
it's-
You don't get points for
it's-
ringing in before. Like,
I
Damn
understand this, but I'm just pretty confident that she will win. I mean, it's pretty been decisive her last couple fights now.
Do you believe that she
And
is the
she's
female
Brazilian.
goat?
Who knows what? Listen, and she's Brazilian. Who the hell knows what she's on?
Okay, that was not part of the question. But Kev, what do you have for us on this? I got 30 seconds on the clock.
oh, I love Holly Holm, but
It's not her time.
well, it has been her time. Like, I think she's won this before at least once, but it might be Scotia's
Yeah.
faster time. I'm going with Nunez. I think she's had a fall from grace, and she's ready to put that crazy ass lion thing she used to have on her head back on. That'd be fun. What if it's a different animal? Hey, can we get odds in that in Vegas?
We definitely can talk
Yeah.
to our bookies on that one. Gents, I'm excited for this one, if only for this reason. Kevin, we have a wrestler on the line, so this will be an interesting thing to see where he goes, but I'm putting 15 seconds on the clock to say who you think is going to win in the welterweight bout between George Masvidal and Ben Askren. 15 seconds go.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the adult fighter, Jorge Masvidal, who's gonna give him the old 1-2 on this psycho clown. He looks like someone
Good piece,
that they
Minnesota.
let loose on Halloween right now.
Okay. All right.
This sucks. This sucks.
Why does this suck, Mike? You've got 15 seconds to tell us why and who you're going to pick.
I don't really like Ben Askren either. Well, I picked that dude too, Masvidal. I like that guy.
Okay. This is interesting because most wrestlers are
stupid.
bound by law to actually like Ben Askren. Tell me why you don't like him.
Yeah, but he's just super annoying. And he's a super boring fighter. Like, he's just, I don't know. He should fight Robbie Lawler again.
I mean,
choked
he
his
should.
jaw out, didn't he?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's what you want to call it, I guess.
Did you see that fight?
Yeah, I saw most of it. I saw the end where he was on that, was it like the crucifix kind of position?
I mean, not
Dog fight?
even. It was just more so that bulldog choke, which
Bulldog, that's what I meant, not dog fight.
No, you're
Bulldog
good.
choke.
It's just he was on that bulldog choke, and it looked okay, and it just made me think. Like, it's made me so keenly aware of every time you ask to see someone do a thumbs up that maybe you should check to see how their hand looks before doing anything else. Like, it's just made me think about, hand signals and just about every other form of like work. Like, just imagine if somebody's telling you at a gate when you're trying to enter this gate to like a secluded area and they go, thumbs up, you can come in, and you just run over them and they're like, oh, what the fuck, you dick? Why did you do that? It's like, oh, I didn't see the hand.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah, you asshole. Yeah.
Kev, why do you think though? Do you really feel that Jorge Masvidal's hands are going to be able to take care of Ben Askren? Because we were also excited about Robbie Lawler being able to maul him.
Yeah, he's just gonna wrestle fuck him. Yeah, I don't know. I was hoping he just catches him one time.
Yeah, I
Kev,
don't think Ben
do you
Askren's
think-
that good. I don't think Robbie Lawler is that great right now. So I think Jorge Masvidal's be like, finally, this is my chance. And crush some skull.
Just hoping with the 3-piece and the soda. That's all we're really asking for. All right. Hey, man, when Jorge said that shit, I was like, yo, dude, that's really, really not cool that you just go behind the scenes and fight somebody. Like, that's not cool. Oh, you're going to fight Ben Askren? Yeah, I'm all about it.
Oh, cool. Perfect. There we go.
Whatever, dude. It was cool. He was motivated.
Everybody,
He was
let's be mature and see how this fight ends.
So, Kev, here is what's going to happen. I'm going to ask Mike who he thinks is going to win in a featherweight bout between Gilbert Melendez and Arnold Allen. Weird. Go.
Who?
Arnold
Who's
Allen
Arnold
versus
Allen?
Gilbert Melendez. It
Switzerland's
sounds
finest.
like two of the Flash's aliases in DC Comics. But go on. Who do you think is going to win?
I'll take Gilbert.
Okay.
I like Gilbert.
Okay. Kev?
This is
Does he want? Do you want to explain?
Or do you want to
yourself?
continue?
no. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I'm
Okay.
going with Swiss's finest. This is International Fight Week. If I don't feel like we can galvanize around that as a Swiss community, I don't know what we can galvanize around.
Oh,
So
Good.
here we go. Team Allen, baby.
what was that?
Look at those sweet blonde hair. Look at those lovely lips. He's gonna be
Okay.
great.
So we're at a place
What's
now.
his fight record?
14-1. Half
Is he?
of Gilbert Melendez is 22-7, but on the right
Yeah,
side of
that's what I-
30,
yeah.
thankfully.
Yeah, I think. Yep, I think the experience is gonna overwhelm bright lights. Gilbert Melendez is gonna come through and whoop that ass.
Guys, I'm very excited about this one because they don't know how this one's gonna like go out still. And I'd be worried if I was this fighter. But we definitely on my fight card, unless Kevin, you have something different from the
I'm
official
excited.
UFC
Are you
side.
about to announce Vera
Yup.
versus
It's a
TBA?
bantamweight fight between TBD versus Marlon Vera.
Yeah.
So
Tough one.
just, again, just so people understand, when we record these things, today we're recording on Sunday. The fights happen on Saturday. There's nothing that we can do when it says that a fighter is to be determined. I would be a little worrisome about that. However, I thought, you know what? Fuck it. We're just going to see which one of these two is going to win.
Do we
So
feel
I'm
passionate?
asking our participants to say who they think is going to win. Either have confidence in Marlon or a shadow figure that is supposed to figure itself into a fighter by Saturday. Kevin,
Should
you
we
lead us
give-
up on this.
Should we give TBA odds? Should we give TBA 2-1 odds? Just to make it spicy.
I'm amicable to that. I think this could be a bonus one.
Okay, then I'll take TBI, TBA, and 2-1 odds.
2-1 odds. Okay.
And who's he fighting? I got mixed up there. I couldn't hear really.
That's
For a
fine.
second. TBA versus
It's
who?
TBD versus Marlon Vera. Marlon Vera, you may be interested to know, is an Ecuadorian mixed martial artist. He appeared on the Latin version of The Ultimate Fighter. His record is 13-5-1 with a 3-win streak over Frankie Santa's Guido Canetti, which, by the way, Guido Canetti is an amazing name. And Luigi Beren is also another person.
That is all. Yeah, I was gonna say.
You got Mario
Wait,
and Luigi.
were these all UFC fights?
These were all UFC fights. He's been a UFC fighter for the past 5 years.
He was fighting the Super Mario Bros. For a few years on contract, but otherwise,
It's great. It should be noted he has losses to John Lineker and our pal Davey Grant, as well as Marco Beltran, if those are things that sway your opinion. But what were you going to say, Mike?
If nobody comes up and fights him, is that considered a win too?
how much time
Okay.
possibly spend on
That's
Vera
fair.
versus TBA? It's a fun game.
Okay, now you're asking to change kind of the rules, and I'm not necessarily against it. So, Mike, are you proposing on this one that Kevin is going to take to be determined at 2-1 odds, but you're suggesting if Marlon Vera does not get a fight, that you get the point, or are you risking it? Okay, that's what you want to go instead of saying a pick on this one?
All right, I accept.
Yeah,
I like his instincts.
No fight, and that is also at 2-1 odds. That's, you know what? We've never done it like that before, but I'm so into it because I have to tell you how much
Vera
I
wins,
smiled.
fight or show.
I have to tell you how excited I was when I looked at the card and I saw to be determined. Get on that shit. If I'm
Yeah.
fighting at one of the biggest cards of the week, you better tell me who the fuck I'm fighting.
We are because
Well,
All right,
you
here we
heard
go.
He's
Out of
just
control.
excited to stop having to pursue Yoshi full time and get back to his family.
Kev, this is the time when we tell the guest that there's usually a wager involved. Would you like to do the honors and tell him what kind of wagers have been put in the past?
We have a bet. I felt like I should have said that like Lonely Island. We have a bet. We'll edit that in post. I just had to order the IBJJF Sucks tank top that I'm waiting on from our previous pal that I lost to. Otherwise, I'm on a hot
Send your
streak.
Josh the
And
Duke.
you lost to the Josh Leducki, huh?
Yes, and I also happened to beat a New Zealander whom has to do an American shoey, which instead of spitting on it, you just put American cheese and pour the beer in the shoe and drink it.
Now,
You're
Kev-
welcome, America.
Kev, you also share something in common with Mike, which is that you have beaten Keith Krikorian.
Oh, crush Keith Krikorian. He used to talk a lot of shit about candy corn, so I said, bring him on the podcast. Let's settle this like men. And now he tolerates candy corn via the world's worst
so
endorsement
let me ask-
I've ever seen.
You like candy corn?
Love it. It's great. It's a good treat.
That's gross. I look at it
Thank
totally
you.
different now.
He's just so dumb. Like, it's honestly one of the almost breaking points of this podcast when Kevin was like trying to yell at me and tell me why candy corn was delicious. And I said, holy fuck. This
Those little
friendship
candy
is
corn
alive.
pumpkins, the little sweet orange pumpkins.
going right to the trash
with their
can.
tiny green tip.
Right to the trash can.
You have 2 kids, Mike.
Monsters.
Yeah.
What happens if your kids come home and say, like, Dad, I like candy corn?
No, they don't even that shit. I haven't even seen candy corn in years, I don't think. Nobody gives that shit out.
All right.
We
Well,
also live in the suburbs too. Like they give out like candy bars and shit.
I love that Mike's also like, yo, when we come over at
Kids got it
Halloween
easy.
trick or treat in my
Like this.
suburb, I'm just saying we give the kids cars.
Chapter 24 in my book to bring back the candy corn.
All right, let's
That's
go on,
gross.
gents. It's a middleweight fight between Edmund Shabazarian and Jack Marshman, which, by the way, is the actual name, not me fucking it up name. That's the actual name. So, Mike, you lead us off on this one. Who wins this one, Edmund or Jack Marshman?
I don't know either one. So
Okay.
I'll just pick
Does he choose
Marshman.
Damn it.
Marshman. Oh, he's taking the Marshman. Kev, what do you got on this?
Yeah.
First of all,
Marshman.
Marshman has Marsh prison tattoos on his chest, so I think you made
That's
a wise
all right.
choice. But I'm going to take Shabazian, who's undefeated.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
My
no
guy's
tattoos on his bare chest.
Kev, here's some good news, though. This next fight, I think everybody involved. So the next two, you guys should know who these people are. Very excited for that.
Here we go.
Kev, it is a welterweight fight between Diego Nightmare or, I don't know, Sunshine. It depends on what week he's having. Sanchez versus
I hear he's
Michael
in the next combat.
Chiasa. I mean, he could be. So we got Diego and Mike Chiasa. Kev, who wins? 15, go.
I got to go with my professional answer, which is Chiasa. He's just been
Okay.
on a tear since he got that glass out of his face that Conor McGregor accidentally injected it with a little fury, and he's been on fire.
I'm old school.
To be fair, though, isn't that like a superhero origin story? Like, Spider-Man got bit by a radioactive spider. Does Chiasa become a better fighter because he got hit by Conor McGregor with some shrapnel that went into his eye, and all of a sudden he's like, I've only got one good eye, but it's at 1,000%. Mike,
Yeah,
who do you got on
nasty
this
now,
one,
huh?
sir?
I'm taking the Nightmare. I'm old school, bro. I'm sticking with the Nightmare.
Interesting. You
He's
are.
still got a little juice in him.
Well, don't say that.
What do you know that we don't?
Especially when he has to
So
leave
I'm sticking
camp
with old school.
and he has to say, like, I was not loved by Jacksons. You know, I'll say this, Kev.
He's already a natural nut anyway. I mean, you get with him. He's just crazy.
So people were sending notes when he was complaining that he was leaving Jackson's. And the most frequent note I got was, well, he still seems crazy. Raf, there's so much CTE in that guy. And I was like, don't say that. That's a mean joke, guys. You don't want to say that he's got CTE. And then
That's
I
probably
realized,
my line,
wait, he's already left Jackson's twice, which begs the following joke. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on CTE. And I said, oh, no, the joke stands. I'm okay with it now. So, take that. Anyway, guys, I'm very excited to.
Just shook their head at me.
You know what? I'll tell you this much. I'm proud of that joke. And I will put my reputation on that joke because I've told it to about 50
they're aware. You're proud of the joke. They do understand.
Raph will not back down. First Amendment rights, etc. Gents, we're at the point where we need to say who we think is going to win in the light heavyweight bout between John Jones and the other guy, who's Thiago Santos. Kev, I'm going to ask Mike the following question. Do you think it will be John Jones or the person they're telling us John Jones will easily beat? But they're trying to tell us not.
Magic.
30 seconds, go.
I'm gonna go with John Jones just because I don't know, he's just really good, and I kind of don't want him to win because of all the bullshit that goes behind his name. But I mean, he is probably the best freaking whatever in the world, ever probably.
He's the best fighter and questionably the best steroid taker of all time. Who knows, Kevin?
Yeah, both of those.
Kevin, what do you have for us?
There is someone that he will lose to in the
No.
near future, but this is not that human being. Despite the world's motherfucking biggest hammer tattoo on one's chest. And we all know, Thiago, you hold that title, my man. You are not beating John Bones Jones.
No, it's over. Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah, John Jones is, yeah.
He's
Not
too
this John
violent.
Jones.
He has violence in his heart. Like, I hope he does keep winning. I don't want to see what happens to his society if he loses and, like, retires. It's not gonna
Don't
be good for
forget.
anybody.
I would like to say if there were betting odds on this, since we're doing all these weird wagers, it'd be great if we're talking like John Jones versus Thiago Santos as one possibility, and then John Jones versus Thiago Santos and like Matt Hamill as his valet or manager on the side, because it was reported this week that they're trying to overturn that one no contest where John Jones was essentially beating the shit out of Matt Hamill to the point where the referee said, "Could you stop?" And John Jones was like, "Oops, should I have done that a minute ago? My bad." So that's been all the rage this week. And you know what's really fun is watching our comment section with people saying like, whoa, okay, that fight was over and John Jones, rules are rules, and John Jones broke that rule. And I was like, I don't really feel up or down on any part of this.
How about I take the other guy for 2-1?
Oh, fuck. God, that's a good bet.
Oh.
Okay. I'm into it.
I accept.
I'm into it. Because think about how much of a risk he's taking going the
Damn it,
opposite
I like
side.
you, Mike. I wanted to hate you, but like most things from Pennsylvania, you've grown on me to the point of family.
I will say this. This is the most parlays we've ever put on an episode of Over Under Kevin. But
We've
Kevin,
never
just
let
to
him have it. Raph is drunk
I'm from
or
the city,
it's
bro.
hungover from his birthday. He had a lot of sushi. It's hard to tell.
All right, Kev, do me a solid. We need 2 performances of the night and 1 fight of the night. So who are the 2 people who will get performances of the night in case we have a tie?
Yeah. So I obviously put as much work into this as I do all the others. But I got to give Chisa Sanchez as an early performance of the night. But I damn it, no, they're my fight. I'm giving it to you in reverse.
Okay.
Chisa Sanchez. Performance, John Jones, obviously, and performance, this is me doubling down, Nunez, because he's trying to pay him.
Okay. What do you got for us, Mike? We need 2 performances of the night and 1 fight of the night.
Fight of the night. I'll go with the John Jones and Dude Man.
Okay.
And that's 1, right? And then I'll do performance of the night. I kind of wanted to do Nunez, but I don't know. I don't remember all the names.
Okay. Let's throw some out there.
Rockhold?
There's
How do you feel about Rockhold?
Ben Askren, Diego Sanchez, Jorge Masvidal, Holly Holm, Amanda Nunez.
Oh, Masvidal.
TBD. Don't forget TBD
I'll
could
give
get a
you 4-1 odds. TBD gets a performance of the night.
All right, I'll do that.
Awesome.
Masvidal and that guy 4-1 odds.
TBD 4-1. I've got it nice and tracked here, Raph.
This is the best fucking version of this game we've ever done. All right, so we always defer to the guest here, Mike, and I always say, if you have something in mind for a wager, and again, it can't be financial because jiu-jitsu, what would that wager be that you would like to make with Kevin, if you have one in mind? You can also elect to pass and hear what Kevin has to say.
I guess I'll pass.
Okay, Kevin.
He's probably prepared.
He could be. Sometimes he's not, and sometimes he kind of Kaiser Soze's his way through it and like looks around what's in the office next to him.
I'm also at a loss presently. I don't know what to gamble on.
No!
What do we gamble? He doesn't have a. Do you have like a product line? See, this is easy.
Okay. So
Well, I
let's
can
see.
send him a shirt of the show. That's always
Okay.
my default now.
All right, and I'll send you a tank top.
Deal.
Like-
hold on, a New York Harlem style, or do you guys have a tank top
No,
in your studio?
a Padilla BJJ tank top.
XL.
Did you
Deal.
only make tank tops because y'all are like, let's show off the
No,
guns?
I just feel like you California people only wear tank tops and flip flops.
Well,
I mean,
he's not wrong
yeah.
about us in
fair.
Denver either. We're all like west of the tank tops and flip flop border. That's for sure.
But they do it to be more hipster than we do, which is like way, way more intense. Okay, so we have an accord here. And here's the thing: if you do end up losing, Mike, you have to do one of your instructionals for the show people the technique in the Verbal Tap T-shirt.
All right, deal.
All right, that works.
I can do that. Yeah, I'll do
All
that
right.
for you.
So here's what we're gonna do.
I'm
Mike.
not talking. I'm only waving.
I like that I have to send in a negotiator to be like, first of all, I don't do any more words in those. So Mike, here's the way that works. We would love to have you back on next week. Are you gonna watch the fights?
Yeah, I'll watch them.
Okay. But, I mean, I know it sounds like a chore
You can't just tell me.
to be like, oh fuck, I guess now that I'm pot committed, I've got 4-1 odds on TBD. So the way it works is you watch the fights. The next week we'll bring you back on the show and we'll talk about the fights right then and there. But if people are looking to find your gym or find you online, where can they find you, sir?
I mean, you probably just Google Padilla BJJ in Allentown, and I should pop up.
You don't even
Or you
need
can
to
find me
Google
on
it.
Instagram.
Yeah, you can
Instagram,
PadillaBJJ.com.
Padilla BJJ PA. Yeah, PadillaBJJ.com. Yeah, that's it.
Works. Works.
Mike Padilla on Facebook.
Gentlemen,
Michael Padilla on Facebook.
I believe that we made it through while being both competitive and cordial. Kevin, do you have any closing remarks before we close on out to your opponent?
Harlem's almost finest. Padilla.
The number you have dialed has been changed. The new number is... Please note, the new number is